We are here with Deran Martinez. We were just going over what it means. It actually means owl. So we're ready for RUF 38. We're going to throw it down with Mailboy here at heavyweight.
Yeah.
Okay. Now heavyweights is probably one of the most fun divisions because one punch and it's over.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that a little bit. I'm pretty sure that you're ready for 15 or however many minutes it is to fight. But are we looking for a clean victory, as they would say?
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, if I get the job done fast, then obviously nobody wants to be there longer than they have to.
True.
So, yeah, but I am ready for the full 3-minute rounds if it goes that way. And, you know, I've been preparing myself everywhere, on the floor, standing up, you know, so just kind of really putting a lot into this last fight camp, you know, so it's been...
Okay, and then let's go ahead and talk about your gym. What do you train out of, and who are some of the training partners that are in this camp helping you get ready for Mailboy?
Yeah, so I train out of Spartan Nation. It's in East Mesa, and I have some really good training partners. You know, I train with Terry Lyles. He's one of the champions for Iron Boy and RUF. He recently became the RUF middleweight champion. So he's one of the main, you know, partners that I try to pair up with in the gym, and he has some solid wrestling for sure. So him and one of my teammates, Brendan, he's actually making his debut on this card as well.
Awesome.
And
awesome.
Brock, I trained with also. Brock is also, you know, established fighter here. And then obviously my coach, Daniel Hubert. He's been around, you know, the fight game for well over 10 years. So, you know, just learning from him has just been, you know, probably the best I can get. So I'm good.
Okay, and let's talk about heavyweight power, because I don't very often get to interview heavyweights.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're kind of like a dime a dozen here in the state. So talk to me about the heavyweight power. I'm sure that's something that you can sort of train for in camp, but really that's something that is mostly experienced in the fight itself.
Yeah, the difference with the heavyweights though is from what I've seen, it is a lot of flat-footedness, and the power is just kind of generated from the weight. I have a different style though. When I move, a lot of people don't think I'm a heavyweight because I move really fast. I'm really light on my feet. So I like to mix it up in that way, but the power is definitely still there. And I feel like the more that I've kind of like dropped in weight, the power kind of stayed the same. So yeah, I think the power from heavyweights is definitely different, but I think that the secret is not getting hit. Obviously, moving your feet, moving your head, having that good movement. So, and I've really dedicated the last couple of years to just movement, you know. So.
Okay, well, movement and the fact that you're not the biggest heavyweight out there. I mean, plain and simple, you're not.
No,
okay, so you have to make adjustments on the fly. You have to watch out for a huge overhand right that can clip you from across the cage.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? So with you and your frame, what is the goal going forward with weight classes?
Well, actually, this I was hoping would be my last heavyweight fight. I want to move down to 205 after this, so that's the goal as of right now. But even in heavyweight, like I don't like to discourage myself in a way. I grew up watching a lot of Mike Tyson. You know, that movement and that head movement and working inside and always fighting bigger. And when I wrestled in high school, junior high, it was always against bigger people. So I've kind of always, you know, had that, but that's what kind of motivates you to learn movement, better movement, and, you know, just kind of picking them apart on your feet. So.
Well, you've kind of got like a Darren Wynn body type. The guy fights at middleweight, and he's as tall as me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't think that size, you know, is really going to tell the whole story on how a fight unfolds.
Yeah.
But it's definitely like you have to make more of the adjustments as opposed to being the bigger guy out there.
Yeah, and I think my frame is it's a little different because I do have that heavyweight power. Like I've you know, I can feel it and I can see it when I'm sparring and stuff, and I have that, but also with the movement sometimes gets a little overwhelming. So I really like to pride myself on that and using that as a heavyweight now. So I'm kind of excited to see what it's like in 205 division as well. So.
Okay, and then one more on the heavyweight power.
Yeah.
What does it feel like to land clean?
Yeah. It's kind of, my last fight, I landed a really solid jab, and I've worked really hard on that jab, you know, just moving in and throwing it, and when I threw it, it's kind of like a tunnel vision thing, so you kind of don't fully remember, but you can feel it though. And I remember it's kind of like a pressure just shoots up your arm, but you can only imagine how it feels to the other person. And I went back and watched the video, and it's just like his head just like snaps back, you know. So it was like, yeah, it feels good, man. Like it feels really good, and you know, I guess that's why there's only a certain percentage of us fighters, because he was gonna say punching somebody feels like good.
You know what I mean? So, and my last question I got for you, let's talk about the promotion itself. RUF, they got a hell of a schedule. You know, they put on fights anywhere from flyweight to heavyweight, catch weights, anywhere in between.
Yeah.
So, what has your experience been like with the promotion?
It's been really good so far. You know, just the promotion wise, like getting, you know, the fight card out there and the fighters, and I feel like they've been taking really good care of myself and my teammate as well, and just staying on top of everything and making sure even the spectators are involved in the whole process of the fight, leading up to the fight as well. So I feel really good about it. I feel like this card is pretty stacked. I have a lot of friends that are fighting on this card, and yeah, I think they did a really good job with this fight card for sure.
Yeah, and they're doing a hell of a job promoting the thing
Yeah,
too.
definitely. Yeah.
So, yeah, so we're looking at light heavyweight in the future.
Yeah.
So after this fight's over, do you have an opponent in mind for your light heavyweight debut, I guess?
No, nobody specific. I just really want to get comfortable at that weight and then start kind of, you know, looking out. But I do, like, again, I have a lot of teammates who are fighting, so I do attend a lot of the fights, and I kind of keep my eye open on, you know, potential opponents. So.
Well, you got a bright future and in a new division after this fight's over. But we still got the fight, and no weight cut to worry about, so that's got to be pretty good, right?
Definitely. Yeah, I think the weight cut, it's good. It has its advantages and disadvantages, because, I mean, you obviously don't want to overdo it and then fill it in training, you know, so I do a good job. Again, I'm not a big heavyweight, so I do a good job at maintaining, you know, what I'm eating and all that, because you still have to, you know, watch that and make sure you're getting the right proteins and stuff when you're training and stuff. And, you know, sometimes for me it's like 2 to 3 times a day training, so I kind of have to keep up with that.
All right, well, thank you very much for your time. Deran Martinez here, fighting for RUF 38.
Thank you.